Coach, it was one where you guys had your chances and certainly very competitive effort and, boy, vastly improved game 1 to game 2.
Well, I appreciate that. Let me say, first of all, I'm really proud of the guys. I'm proud of the effort they put forth, and I told them I had so many mixed emotions because, boy, I hate losing. I don't believe in moral victories. It's hard for me to, even say, well, we played pretty good. But when I really think about it, Justin, we competed at a high level, and that's one of the things I've been wanting our guys to do. We were on the floor for loose balls. I thought we turned them over. We bothered them with our pressure. When we got behind, we fought back. All the stuff you want to see a team do, and if we're going to accomplish our goals, we have to be that way. So I was happy.
Yeah, I mean, we saw a little attitude, and I know you've been calling for your team for that. And when they did get down and they were challenged, you saw them kind of bow up a little bit. It was good to see.
Yeah, and that's one of the things I told them. It was time for us to quit being the doormat. It's time for us not to be the punching bag anymore, and we need to be the boxer coming out of the corner. And I think we're showing that. And you've almost got to get to a point where you're so sick of losing that you'll do anything to not lose. And I thought tonight we gave ourselves a chance. And if you really look at it, I told the guys this is how important starts are. We lost the game in the first 3 minutes of the game because the score really never changed. We got close, but my point is, I think we're down 15-4, something like that, and we lose by 12 points. So that's kind of it in a nutshell.
Your big 3, Coach, 7 made baskets each by Howard and Kamba and Brooks. And I mean, I know you're expecting big things from them, and you saw Kamba do what he wants to, and when Mathieu wants it, he can have it. I mean, he can take what he wants, and he did tonight.
Well, you can. Evans is a really good guard of theirs. The best player on the floor tonight was Mathieu Kamba, hands down. The way he rebounded, the way he went to the hole, he was getting hit, he was still finishing, and he has that kind of talent. And we believe he's turning the corner, and when he does that, he's a Conference Player of the Year candidate. He's that good. But he's got to have the drive and the motor, and tonight he definitely had that.
There was a weird play I have to ask about where Otas had a free throw. It was supposed to be a 2-shot foul. They grabbed it, and then they talked themselves into going down to the other end. They shot a 3, made it. They sorted it out, and they let the bucket stand, and then they let him come back and shoot the free throw, and then you guys got the ball out of bounds. I've never seen that before in my life.
I hadn't either, and they said it was a correctable error. I thought a correctable error is when you went back from that point and corrected it. But they said the play continued on. Then when they correct it, they go back and take care of it, and then you put the ball back in play where the game was interrupted. So we actually got our free throw. We just got it on the back end, if you think about it.
Yeah.
So, but the thing I told him, I said, well, we stood there, and they fast break down and made the 3. I don't think they got the 3. We thought it was a 2-shot foul, and it was. And so it was a very bizarre play. I've been doing this for 27 years and been around it for my entire life. First time I'd ever seen that.
That makes me feel better then, okay, because I was saying it was the first time I'd ever seen it. So it was the strangest play I've ever seen. Anyway, at the end of the day, again, some things to build on. I know nobody's satisfied with this, but again, a much better effort on the boards, a lot of fight in your team, much more typical from what we expect to see offensively from this bunch. From a lineup standpoint, obviously you got 3 guys you know you can count on week in and week out, and you got some other guys that have shown some flashes. You know Thad's can shoot it. You know Widenar can shoot it. Lineup-wise, what do you do here? I mean, you got a lot of options with what you got to work with.
Well, I told our sports information director, Steve East, I said, this is what's nice about this team is that when you do get in foul trouble, we hung in the game with Kamba and Brooks on the bench. Last year, Kamba and Brooks went to the bench at New Orleans, and we blew a 15-point lead, and I think lost by 15. So it'll tell you a little bit about the depth. I love our 2 freshmen that are playing. Derreck Brooks brings an element to us that we've not had before. Is a big-time athlete coming off the bench, and then Aaron's going to get it going one of these nights. He wasn't bad tonight. Didn't play tons of minutes, but he's got a stroke, and he can really put the ball in the goal. So those guys, I need to get my bigs playing a little bit better, but I thought they battled tonight. I thought Tanner gave us some big minutes in the first half. But, when you have guys like Jordan, Derreck, and Mathieu, you have a chance because there's always some buckets coming from those 3.
Yeah, late bus trip tonight, and then you guys will have a few days off before you head over to West Point. I guess you'll travel on Friday for a Saturday game, and then you'll play Sunday depending on the outcome. But I got to feel like there's some wins coming sooner rather than later.
I hope so. And the thing I told him in there is you can't be satisfied with this. You can't go home because you're going to get some pats on the back, and people, because this was on television, people will say, man, you guys played good. And if you don't watch it, you'll justify the loss, and you can't do that. You got to understand that you did some good things, but you still lost the game. And that's why I told him if that fuels him to Wednesday's practice when the next time we'll be together, then this thing was worth it.